Hi, and welcome back. Well, they say it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But you know, as Einstein said, you can't solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. So we need to start approaching the challenge of breast health a little differently.
Yeah, I mean, we need to start looking at prevention. We need to look at getting over some of these archaic screening mechanisms. And perhaps more importantly, we need to stop treating all breast cancers with a one-size-fits-all solution.
Which is usually a scalpel, by the way. So that's why we sat down with Dr. Laura Esserman. She's one of the top breast surgeons in the world, and she's helping thousands of women with her eye-opening philosophy on breast cancer treatment 2.0. As for me, what helped me during my breast health scare, and thank God I'm fine, praise the Lord, was kicking up my yoga practice. So coming up, we'll get an inside look at the best yoga teacher training programs in Chicago.
And then we'll stay in the Windy City for some fair trade shopping in trendy Wicker Park. Stay with us.
Each year, over 40,000 women will die from breast cancer. Despite billions of dollars being spent on research, the health outcomes have not improved in 30 years. What has increased is overdiagnosis and overtreatment. On the front lines of the race for a cure is Dr. Laura Esserman, director of the Carol Frank Buck Breast Care Center at the University of California, San Francisco.
I will show him America, and he will ride on the wheels of a dream. Here it is. This is the plan to conquer the world. Okay. Of healthcare. Healthcare costs in this country are higher than they are anywhere in the world. Our outcomes aren't better. Last I checked, in breast cancer, there's still 40,000 women a year dying of their disease, and nobody, as far as I can tell, really loves our treatments. So we have to do better. You see this one? There have been reports of an increase in chatter among the women.
In addition to being a world-class surgeon, Dr. Esserman has sparked a revolution in breast cancer research with a 5-year, $14 million grant for her Wisdom Project, addressing the inefficiencies in breast cancer screening, and the Athena Breast Health Network, a collaborative data sharing platform.
So Wisdom is women informed to screen depending on measures of risk. And it's part of our Athena Breast Health program. And you know, the only way to do better is to know better. That's a great Maya Angelou quote, right? So the only way forward in screening is for us to know better. And for that, we need people to share their story, share their wisdom, participate with us. Every woman spends 30 to 40 years getting screened. Might as well take 5 years, help us move the field forward, make it better for them, make it better for their daughters, make it better for their mothers, make it better for every woman that'll come after them. One size doesn't fit all for treatment, so it can't possibly be that we should screen everybody the same, because everybody is not at risk for the same cancer. The controversy around screening is based on data that is 40 years old. We need to generate new information to learn and find out who's at risk for what kind of cancer. As we start to learn who is at risk for what kind of breast cancer, we can actually do a much better job of prevention. That's what the Wisdom model will do for us.
So of the 126, 51 patients meet our inclusion criteria. And
So that's no surgery, right?
Yeah.
I'll review the data, and then we're going to talk about some of the microbiome stuff. I'm just trying to figure out, what do we know about these people who have done nothing and are being followed, and where are they? And I had this total harebrained idea, which I'm super excited about.
Okay, so
That is actually the most exciting thing that's happened already. Mike doesn't think it's harebrained. That's even the best.
So I want
and he will rise.
Dr. Esserman's unique philosophy as a surgeon includes singing to her patients as they go into surgery and exploring innovative approaches to breast cancer treatment, often overlooked by the medical establishment's current standard of care, like the I-SPY clinical trials.
The standard of care isn't so great. It's the best we have right now, but as I said, there's still people dying of the disease. The treatments are toxic. We should be wanting to make it better. So I-SPY is really about getting the right drug to the right patient at the right time. The people who are most at risk to die of breast cancer are the people who have aggressive breast cancers with early recurrence. And one of the things that we're trying to do is figure out how can we improve much more quickly on the treatments that we offer people. So instead of testing drugs first, when people have stage 4 disease, when we really haven't been able to cure them, I want to take those promising agents and test them up front in the women who have the highest risk of breast cancer. And the idea is to have this kind of seamless, this engine, we keep the engine running and we keep trying new things. And as we find new treatments, we build on them. And we can rapidly move those forward and pick those ones that we think have the highest likelihood of succeeding. And we're shortening the time it takes to learn that. Don't you want to see the data? Yeah. I want to see the data. And are you guys working out what you think it's going to cost to sort of like slice the tumors, do blah, blah, blah? And I don't know if it would be enough to overcome it, but the people who seem to do worse in I-SPY are the people whose T cells are present but turned off. And this is something that could actually turn on the T cells, right? It's an immune stimulant and it's cheap. No one will make money on it, which is somewhat of a problem, but we can still, we can raise money to test something that's cheap and easy. What we're looking for are solutions that promote healthcare value. Better outcomes with less resource, interventions, expense and trauma to the patient. Our goal should be to do things better tomorrow than we do today. So that's what Wisdom and I-SPY are all about. But we're trying to make tomorrow come a lot faster.
With yoga studios popping up on virtually every corner, students today are demanding more classes, better instruction, and a deeper connection to this ancient tradition. For students looking to deepen their practice or to teach others, becoming a certified yoga instructor is a logical next step. In Chicago, YogaView has established itself as one of the preeminent teacher training programs in the country, with a faculty of world-class yogis and a curriculum second to none.
YogaView is many things. It's really just a place for people to come to escape the stresses and strains of the city, to be able to partake in this wonderful gift of yoga. So we've tried to create a space that's very conducive to helping people relax and get into their bodies and really just to chill out a little bit. So it's kind of a varied platform we offer, and it's nice that way because it offers a lot of diversity in terms of the community, which is really central to the whole process of the teacher training and the studio in general.
And the kind of yoga that we do at YogaView is really a blend of Iyengar yoga with an emphasis on alignment, and Ashtanga, which has more of an emphasis on moving with your breath and flowing in the practice.
The teacher training at YogaView goes over a 3-month time span, meeting on the weekends, and the amount of time is about 200 hours between the coursework and the meditation and the different requirements that we have for it. So during the teacher training program, we tried to offer the students a possibility to investigate the nature of the breathing, or what we call pranayama.
What we're doing in the training is really trying to present the traditional teachings, but we're also really trying to be very sensitive to how things are now, how yoga can be used for so many different people and in so many different ways. So we're trying to give people the tools to be able to discover their own way. Everybody's trying to communicate better all the time, and that's a big part of what yoga really is. And part of being able to be a good communicator is to be able to be a good listener. So we work with the meditation, we work with philosophy. There's a lot of reading, there's a big reading list. It's pretty intensive during the time of the course. It's a very demanding period of time.
When Quinn and Tom opened YogaView, they asked me to teach here. And I was very honored because I think they're both wonderful people. I think it's really nice to have 4 teachers all teaching on the same course, because I think that we all complement each other, and I think we all help each other, and I think then the student is given the opportunity to learn so many different perspectives. So it's also nice because I think there's somebody for everyone in the training.
I moved to Chicago because of YogaView. Basically, I got a job from Tom and Quinn in 2004. So what I like teaching in the training for me personally is just the opportunity to go a little bit beyond Sun Salutation A and B as we teach in the regular walk-in weekly classes. This really goes deeper beyond that with the students who sign up for the training. They're very passionate about yoga, whether they have the intention of teaching yoga or just going deeper and understanding their yoga practice.
I was blown away by the instruction, and just their heart center truly opened up my heart and my being in all ways. The teachers all teach from their hearts and from their experience, which really just makes it immediately a connecting experience.
In the meditation practice, we have people do a half an hour of sitting every day. We usually do it at least once a week as a group. We're approaching it in a very traditional way, but also with an emphasis on self-understanding and on how the meditation practice translates into living a more effective, more efficient life. So it's a nice opportunity to kind of get to know everybody a lot better, and it's such a special thing when we're doing these teacher trainings, because everybody's just going deeper into understanding for themselves what yoga is.
So I just recently completed the teacher training, and it was everything that I had hoped for and more. I really felt that it offered a really balanced perspective on both sort of the spiritual, metaphysical, philosophical, and really, the 5,000-year-old plus tradition of yoga as a practice, as well as sort of the anatomical, physical, alignment. What is the right way to do plank? What is the most aligned, safe way to do a downward dog? How do I get into a headstand without hurting my neck? Like, all of these little things I really felt like were just like little adjustments, little alignments that really helped to take my game to the next level.
I think it's really important to, as a teacher, to really have a very strong fundamental practice, and to really understand the poses and how things work in their own body, to be able to share that with others. I think my eye is really trained to see what a student is doing, and then in a quick way I can hopefully help that person get into better alignment, so the pose just feels that much more great for them.
We try to teach the art of sequencing. So we try to explain why you would teach what you would teach, and what the importance of the order is, and how to really set up the students to be the best teachers that they can be, and to really help their students. I think that teaching sequencing in this way can help people to become better teachers because they own the information for themselves.
Well, I've actually done both teacher trainings here, level 1 and level 2. My experience with both trainings was fantastic. Right from the get-go, I was embraced by the community here. I think another strength of YogaView is the openness and the willingness to embrace different styles. I had taken other trainings before the YogaView training, and I didn't ever, coming out of those trainings, I didn't quite feel like a yoga teacher. I do teach here at YogaView now. I'm very honored to be able to teach here at YogaView, and I teach at probably 4 or 5 other places around town.
The training is more about like a soul searching, finding a deeper connection to who you are. And if that's what's drawing somebody to do the training, I think it's the right thing to do.
Yoga is not just the physical practice. It's pranayama, it's the meditation, and I think a lot of programs out there skimp on that. I wouldn't have gotten the skills and the knowledge and the confidence of a teacher if I didn't have this well-rounded experience. The YogaView teacher training gave me the skills to question, to listen, to see, to become more aware of myself and the world around me. And those were skills that I took out into the world with me, not only as a teacher, but as a person.
Ready to update your style this season? Then don't go away. On this episode, we're giving 3 lucky women brand new eco makeovers.
Imagine how many people are going to be here on October 8th. We are the soul, the conscious spark. That light dispels the fear of dark, and when 5,000 come to sing their prayers, that sound reaches heaven from Lincoln Stairs.
Hi, welcome back to Conscious Living TV. I'm Bianca Alexander. We're on Wicker Park's trendy Division Street to do a little bit of fair trade fall shopping at Greenheart. Let's go. So we're here with Maureen Dunn, one of the featured designers here at Greenheart Shop with Mata Traders. Tell us about your line.
Okay, we're Mata Traders. We're based in Chicago. My business partner and I design the line, and then we work in India and Nepal to produce it. So we work with women's cooperatives, 2 in India and 1 in Nepal.
What is this piece?
I know,
What's
looks
the
great on
story?
you.
But I love it. These colors are great, and the fabric's very tribal, which is very in this season. What is the story behind this piece that I'm wearing?
So this is an ikat fabric. We source this from Andhra Pradesh, which is a state in India where traditionally they make a lot of ikats. And basically, the way an ikat works is that the threads are all individually hand woven. So every time that they create a lot of ikat fabric, it's different. Part of the component of our line is to celebrate traditional artisan skills in India because there's so many beautiful ones. And in some of the fields, they're dying out. So we really try to focus on using hand block printed fabrics, a lot of applique and fabrics like the ikat, but then translating it into really wearable, cute, fashionable clothing. And the design component is really important to us to always keep creating innovative products, things that sell here but are still using all of these great artisan skills, and also employing women too. That's like, for me, that's the largest component. I started working in India and realizing that especially with issues of poverty, if you can give a woman a skill and teach her how to do something where she can generate income, the first thing she does with her income is educate her family. And a lot of the women that we work with have husbands that are no longer around or have substance abuse problems. So I think that fair trade really tackles poverty at its roots.
So for consumers out there that are looking to do some shopping for fall or any season, what would be the argument for fair trade fashion?
Well, for me, the argument is that you think the product's really cute and you want to buy it, and then you learn about how it's made, because I think that fair trade products are really cool because it's funky stuff that you can't find everywhere. It's not made in a factory, it's handmade. I think the products sell themselves, especially at a place like Greenheart that works really hard to bring in innovative fair trade lines and merchandise it well. And we've got some jewelry. Would you like to take a look?
Yes,
All right. Mata Traders earrings are big sellers. I try to create really fun, funky, big, and affordable jewelry, because that's kind of what I love.
These are cute.
Aren't those cute? We work with a great organization in Delhi, India, that connects us directly to all of these amazing jewelry producers. So there's no middleman, and they make sure the entire process is fair trade. So even the guys that are making the materials in northern India, in a state like Bihar, where the wage rates are typically the lowest, are getting paid a livable wage. If they're using a kiln, they've got dust-sucking chambers, all sorts of good health conditions. And then plus with jewelry, sometimes there can be child labor with small things like jewelry and ornaments where it's less regulated. So the group I work with really regulates the entire process and makes sure there's no child labor.
What do we have over here?
Well, these are some really cute little skirts. The designs are applied by a wooden block, so they're not always perfect. Like sometimes you see these little inconsistencies, which I think make it really beautiful, because to me it's a piece of art. And the colors too, they really stand out. It's those vegetable dyes and those natural colors that make it really special.
Wow, this is funky.
It is. This is one of my favorite ones.
I love this. We spent the day with Emily, Lisa, and G, 3 Chicago-based architects who work together at green design firm 2 Point Perspective.
So about 5 years ago, I founded 2 Point Perspective, and we're an eco-focused architectural firm. On the residential side, we're working with people who want zero energy houses or very energy efficient houses, people who want great modern design, but also a level of consciousness with that. We've done, eco-friendly cupcake shops, dental studios. A lot of our work is LEED certified, so we try to keep things as green as possible.
Because 2 Point is committed to giving back, these 3 ladies made a pact to grow their hair out for an entire year and donate it to Locks of Love, a nonprofit that makes wigs for cancer patients.
I have a friend of mine, my best friend from architecture school. She has cancer and lost all her hair through the chemotherapy and the radiation. So she had to wear wigs, and she used to tell me all about them. I'd like to give something back and be able to make some more realistic wigs.
Lisa Elkins and her husband Ron founded 2 Point to create eco makeovers for buildings and spaces.
I'm concerned that this wall might be a little too bold compared to that one. And we can't just do a lighter shade because with the red, that's just going to go really pink. So we might need to either make that like a richer gray or maybe a little more taupe.
So when she finally decided to cut her hair, it was the perfect time to redesign her personal look. That's where we came in, to whisk her and her team away for a day of beauty. Luckily, they were up for the challenge. So here we are at 2 Point's office. Let's go get them. So ladies, you ready for your eco makeover?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay, come on. Grab your things and let's hit the road. We landed at Karen Marie Salon in Bucktown, a local green business that specializes in creating cutting-edge hair and makeup styles for some of the trendiest fashionistas in Chicago.
Welcome to Karen Marie Salon. I'm Karen. Good to meet you. We're so excited to have you all here. Let me take your coats and let's get started.
Though from the outside in, the salon looks just like any other. It's actually eco-friendly from top to bottom. On top of that, all of their go-to styling products are 100% natural cosmetics derived from plants, so they're free of the toxic chemicals used in most salon environments.
We're here not only being conscious of the earth, but also creating beautiful hair. Well, we use Aveda. Aveda is 99% plant derived, a lot of essential oils in their products. Kevin Murphy the same, paraben free, sulfate free, essential oils, very natural product line. We don't use a lot of plastic in the packaging. Fantastic product line.
After growing their hair out for months, the design divas were ready to get chopped. But first, K. Marie's gifted stylist worked with each of them to create a vision for their future.
My hair is driving me crazy. I've been letting it grow. I wasn't quite sure what to do with it, but I'm really ready for something with a little more style, something a little more professional. So I want something short that has a little bit of edge, but still more professional. Now I'm just ready for a change and ready for something new.
I feel like I'm ready for something that's completely different. My hair is the longest out of all 3 of us, and I had the 10 inches way before any of them had it. So I've been ready since the summer. I'm going for a little bit more mature look because I look so young with my long hair right now.
The front of your hair is a little bit lighter, and the back is darker, so maybe balancing that out, richening it up, giving it a lot of shine.
So looking at your face, I think having it mid-neck to jawline would be great for you.
And just like that, the deed was done.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Great. Lighter.
Are we gonna put them all together, like in something? Okay. I think this is really cool at the top here. It feels really neat. There we go. Yay! Oh, this feels so cool! Yay! Oh my gosh.
Next, some new color. Then a fresh style. and one satisfied customer.
I really like it. It's really different, but it's exactly what I wanted.
Emily's style is a bit more edgy. So Kay Marie vamped up her natural brunette with a muted shade of amber.
What we're doing is we're using a demi-permanent hair color by Aveda. It's 99% plant derived. It's going to give her hair a lot of shine as well as richen it.
I love it. I'm really excited. This is the shortest it's ever been, and it just feels like all this weight is gone. It's all shiny, and I like the color a lot. It's really great. So excited.
Lisa went out on a ledge with the shortest haircut, a graduated bob. Kay Marie added buttery highlights to brighten up her dark blonde roots.
At least 2 handfuls. Really? And I like this product because you can put it like roots on it.
Nice.
Next, it was time for all-natural makeup application with Aveda foundation, eyeshadow, blush, and lipstick. Finally, it was almost time for the big reveal, but not before they each got a new outfit created and styled by eco-designer Juliette Buford of 71 Jewels.
I think for Lisa, I'm going to put her in the green dress.
Oh,
And
she's the green girl after all.
These are dresses made out of modal, which is a biodegradable fabric, and the dresses can be worn in a gazillion different ways, and the fabric feels like silk. It's so comfortable you can sleep in it.
So what was the inspiration behind this line?
Well, the inspiration, it's all about wrapping the straps. You can have a strapless dress, you can have a dress with sleeves, it can be long and formal, you can shorten it. I wanted it to be conducive to each individual woman so that they can decide how they want it. Some women are funky, some are conservative, some want to show a lot of skin, some are more classy, and so this is one dress, and actually some of us, we have all of that in us, so whatever you're feeling that day is how you can showcase the dress.
And finally, the big reveal. Cover Girl Beautiful. Well, that's a wrap. We'll see you next time on Conscious Living TV.
That's all the show we have for you this week. We'll see you next time.
Take care. Well, they said, did I mess that up?
You did.
I did.
Stand by.
Okay.